Hello. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. We are in for a treat tonight. I know you guys have seen the introduction, and we have some things to talk about. We have some things that we need to talk about. I am seeing something, noticing something, and I'm not liking it. So I'm going to bring it to your attention. I got my girl, my road dog on with me. Let me see. I think she's ready. Okay, we're gonna give her a few minutes. Family, I always catch her on the last minute thing, right? I always get her at the last minute of the last minutes. Oh my goodness, I forgot to bring my information, you guys. Well, let me just tell you about the foundation. How about that? And you know what? Let me get my book real quick. I'm sorry. Hold on, you guys. Let me get my book. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, hold on, hold on. Okay, y'all already know about the book, right? Okay. A Mother's Love. Y'all know about this is the workbook, but we have the book and the workbook. So I want y'all to go ahead and get busy and support that. I want you to like and share as you come in. A like and share does not cost you a dime. Okay. We should be doing it anyway because you guys know the algorithm is terrible on YouTube. And we have to support each other, right? And I seen something today. Well, I seen actually Al Sharpton was talking about this, and he talked about us supporting other tribes. And right now, family, we can't afford to support nobody's tribe but our own. And let's not forget about the foundation. I have a foundation, and what we're doing, I'm also including midwife medullas. Okay, and those are people that are being trained to have babies, and that's for my women. I know we have some women on here that are going to want to take this class. It's maybe I think it's like a 12-month under 10-month class, and I know some of you guys want to take this class. Feel free, please contact me at Hard Truths, HARDTRUTHZ at 12. No, I'm sorry. Oh, Lord, I messed that up. HARDTRUTHZ at gmail.com. I totally messed that up, right? But the foundation has a lot to do with me training you guys, and I've partnered with different people that will train you guys to actually have your CDL. You'll be able to get your medulla's license. You'll be able to do mechanics, roofing, electrician, painting, plumbing, flooring, carpentry. So you'll get to join a lot of people that's going to help you out. I have a CDL trucking company that I've partnered with, and she's going to train my 18-year-olds, and then I have another one that's going to do the 21-year-olds, but she's going to train my 18-year-olds. And a lot of trucking companies won't hire 18-year-olds, but she will, and she has contracts already to be able to send you out on the road. So I hope that you guys are ready to learn something new. It's time for us to have a new lease on life. It's time for us to change our mindset. It's time for us to do something different. It's time for us to think different. It's time for us to do different. And if we don't start somewhere, we're not going to get there. And we have to start now. And now is the year to start. And I don't know what's taking so long for us to do it. I'm going to bring on my girlfriend because we're going to kind of hit this at the same time. D, I think you're ready back there, right? My poor baby, I tell you, I just get her at the last minute of the last minute, y'all. And I'm gonna let her tell you about her foundation also. We may as well get that, take care of that also, because we're doing a function next weekend. No, June 11th, and I want you guys that live in Rocky Mountains to come on out, okay? And here she is. She's ready. She's there. D, hi.
Yes.
I always get you, don't I? You know I appreciate you, right? I could call her up and I'd be saying, D, you ready? She'd be like, oh man. But she always ready. She's always, she always jumping on and we just go to running. I'll be catching her hand. Come on, D, let's go. And she'd be right there. Tell them about your foundation.
Well, my Hope of Love Community Outreach, and what it does, it helps families that don't have burial insurance, that has been murdered through gun violence or domestic violence. We help them with burial costs. Um, our mission is to hopefully to give love, hope, and peace to a dying community. Um, So, and that's what it's for. We help with the main things
Okay.
with the main things of a funeral. Like the embalming, opening, closing of a grave.
Okay. Um, can you hear me? You went silent. Okay. Okay. You got your thing muted. You know that, right? Okay. So she was telling us about her foundation, and you guys need to support, okay? Because we're trying to do something different for the Black community. We're trying to do something good for our community, and it's time for us to do something. I have a question, and my question is, why are we so passive? Why do we see stuff happening and say nothing? Why do we do that? What's going on with that? Is it fear? And I don't want to say it's fear. Um, but I don't know what it is. I'm trying to understand what it is. So you guys help me to understand what it is, because right now I'm seeing something that I'm not pleased with, and I don't understand why that young man was allowed to walk in our neighborhood and walk out. And I'm gonna keep hounding at that because I don't understand, and I'm trying to understand. But before we get on that, I want to talk about something else. Today I was taking my grandgirls. I have two. Well, I have three actually, but the one wasn't there. So I have two, and the two I had the two. Well, I have three, but I had two today, and they wanted to go swimming. So I got up and I was trying to check on some different areas to take them swimming, because my area is like 100 degrees, 92 degrees here. So I was looking for somewhere to take them, and I'll tell you, we looked everywhere. The Y was closed in our neighborhood, and everything was closed. And I said, where is there for us to go? Where's the after school programs for our babies? Why is none of the Ys open on weekends? Why is it that everything is closed? The swimming pools aren't open, and they could at least be open on weekends right now. What is the problem with us finding things to do for our babies? So I told her to get on there and see what's close by us. Where's another Y at close by? And she looked in there. It was like 15 minutes, 20 minutes up the road, right? In an area that I don't like to go in because they don't look like me. I don't like to go in a predominantly white area. I don't. So went over there, and I'm looking, and the gym is open, the pool is open, everything is open, right? And I'm like, why is that a problem? And why is it that Black parents don't have a fit, throw a fit about stuff that we see that other cultures have that we don't have? Why is it that we can just be passive? Why is it that we can be so passive and don't care? D, you ready? She went off, but she's back, I think. So I think she's ready, right? So I was talking to them about us being so passive, about us having things or not having things in our neighborhoods that other people have in theirs. And why is it that we don't have a fit about our children having something to do as far as after school programs, summer programs coming up? And I remember a time in the 80s when we had those after school programs. We had the career centers that you can actually get a certificate, the same thing I'm doing now. And you can take the certificate and you can have your own business. Now, they won't even train you to have your own business, but I'm going to do that. They where's the before school programs, when you can take your kids to a before program and not cost an arm and a leg to do it, because some of these daycares are doing it, but geez, golly geez, these programs are $1,000 a week. And I'm like, if you got 2 or 3 kids, you in trouble trying to take them to a before school program. So why is it that we see stuff happening in our community and we don't say anything? And it's all for a reason, okay? Because if I don't give your child something to do and you're not there, they're going to get in trouble. And that is the prison to pipeline. That's what I call it, the prison pipeline in our community. Because if we don't make sure that our children are doing, they don't make sure, they don't care if your child do. They hope they don't do. They hope you are working 16-hour days and your son is out there selling drugs or being a gangbanger. And then we wonder why our children do join gangs. Because you're not there. The dad's not there. The mom's not there. Grandma's there, but grandma's tired. Grandma is letting them kids, honey, go. Wow. Wild turkeys. And we know that. And guess what? Welcome 88. And guess what? You have to understand that it's all done on purpose. And we don't understand that. We keep thinking that these people are friends. We are not. This boy wrote a 180-page manifesto. Welcome 88. Like and share as you come in. This boy wrote a 180-page manifesto, and you guys have not read that manifesto. You need to read it because he is telling you exactly how they feel. And I'm gonna tell you what, he's not alone. They are training these young boys, and they're getting them for these college places. They're recruiting these college boys. They're recruiting them. Dylan Roof was in college. This young man was in college for engineering. That's not something that would ordinarily be his thing, right? He's 18. Man is very impressionable, but he didn't work alone. And just like Dylan Roof, we know Dylan Roof didn't work alone. We know that now. Well, you're not gonna tell me that this young boy worked all by himself and came up with all of this tactical gear, this weapon, and he worked by himself. That's bullcrap. I don't believe that. Why are they brainwashing them, huh? Why are they brainwashing them? That's a good question. You can tell us. Tell us in the comments, 88. Why are they brainwashing? Because guess what? Small minds are easier to, they're very fragile right about now, okay? He's probably feeling unloved. His family ain't there. Mama ain't there. Daddy doing this, down there. And this friend that he called a friend, they got him to do what he did. Acted like a family member, acted like his friend. And that's all he wanted, some attention from somebody. And it's probably a male. Probably a male role model that he picked up, and they recruited him. But you have to understand that he didn't work by himself. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to prove that he didn't work by himself. Let me show you something. This dude, let me show you this. Maybe this will help you to understand. Okay, hold on. I got to find it. Oh, where is it? Okay, here it is. Okay. Y'all, wait a minute. I got to share my screen. Hold on, y'all. Y'all know I'm new at this. Y'all bear with me. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to share my screen. I always do that. I'm sharing my screen, and I want you guys to see this. I want y'all to see this right here. This boy was a terrorist, okay? And he was not planning on stopping. Can you see my screen? I hope you can.
I can.
Okay, you can? Okay. I want you to read this. Read the title. Buffalo shooting gunman sought to continue his rampage. He wasn't stopping, honey. I want y'all to look at that title for a minute. Want y'all look at the title. It said that he was going to continue on his little rant. He wasn't done. He was going to continue on. If they hadn't called him, let me just read that to you. Let me show you what I'm talking about. A gunman who killed 10 people at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, planned further attacks after the mass shooting on Saturday, police have said. Okay. The suspect, 18, drove more than 200 miles to carry out what is believed to be a racially motivated crime. He planned to keep driving and shoot more Black people, Buffalo police chief told U.S. media. Okay. A pensioner, a former policeman, and a grandmother were among the victims. Okay. Mayor Myron Brown said the suspect arrived in Buffalo intending to take as many Black lives as possible. 180-page document seemingly authored by the alleged attacker, Payton, has emerged, in which he described himself as a fashionist and a white supremacist. Okay, you guys, listen at this. This boy was not alone. He was planning on going to more places. They need to find out what other places was he planning on going, because I guarantee you they are going to strike out on these other places. I do believe that. Now, if y'all don't believe it, y'all sit up there and keep going out by yourself with no weapons and see what happened to you. Because I do believe that this young man was, he was planning on it, but I don't believe he was planning on it by himself. But I do believe that they had a manifesto and they had plans for him to go to the other different communities. And I do believe that they are going to continue to carry that out, because you don't know where else they're coming. So I'm gonna tell you what, you go out, you better have your leaf blower, your candy bar, whatever you want to call it, with you. Do not leave. Remember Jay's potato chips? They say don't leave home without them. Don't leave them home without it. Don't get caught. Now, once you get caught like that, that's okay. We understand once. But 2 and 3 times, that's no excuse. Pookie and Ray Ray, I'm putting you on notice. I am putting you on high alert. I need eyes everywhere. I need eyes everywhere because this is not going to be the last. What you think, D?
Well, I mean, it's not gonna get no better. It's gonna get worse and worse. I mean, because you go back and you think about, even though that what he did on last Sunday, then you had another mock shooting on Monday. But it's all a distraction. And what happened was when the gunman went to the church and killed the Chinese man.
Uh-huh.
So it's all nothing but a distraction. That's all it is.
Right.
While in the background planning and plotting
Right.
to keep on going on with these different types of stuff. And now
Mm-hmm.
they talking about, I know it's a little bit off course with this monkeypox. So all of this stuff is nothing but becoming a distraction, and to get us off focus of what's going on. And we just like the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to be nonchalant, and
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. You're not saying anything about nothing. So they just gonna keep doing it.
Right. If we don't bullies, the only way you stop bullies is you fight back.
That's it.
We allowed him to walk out alive. That's why we know others are coming. Because he said why he came to that neighborhood. He said because of the gun laws, he knew that it wasn't going to be, if any, guns at all. He knew that it was going to be he knew he was going to come out alive. But I'm gonna tell you what, during this trial, if they would use his manifesto against him, because he talked in his manifesto, he said questions and he answered his own questions. And those are the same questions that they could ask him in his trial and let him answer those questions, and he would convict himself. Because 180 pages, that dummy put everything in writing. And sometimes the enemy don't even hear outsmart. He think he outsmarting himself. He think he outsmarting God. And I'm gonna tell you what, he just hung himself and he don't even know it. By putting all of that in writing, he just put a nail in his own coffin. But I want to finish reading this just for a minute. Questions are being asked about how he was able to carry out the shooting when concerns had already been raised. I want to know that people knew, and when they knew it. And the governor, right? What she say, Kathy, whatever her name is, knew about this shooter. The school knew, the police knew, because he had a problem issue at school. They evaluated him and then they said, oh, he's okay. He was not okay. I don't know what he needed to hear or what they was looking to hear, but when he left the school, they were saying he was good. He even said in his manifesto that he was not insane, he was not crazy, because he knows that was the first thing people were going to say, that he had mental illness. He said, I don't have mental illness. He told him, he said, I'm a college student. That boy was taking up engineering. Mentally ill people don't go into engineering. I'm just saying, mentally ill people don't do engineering and high quality jobs like that. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand why this really happened, family, and what are we going to do for it not to happen again? What are we going to do when you look so suspicious and when you go out, when you get out your car? I'm looking. I'm always looking. That head is always on the swivel. I don't let anybody walk behind me or get too close to me. Because when they come and get too close to me, I turn around and look them right in their face because I want to see. I want you to see that I'm looking at you and I'm watching you. I'm not one of them. I am not. I took my granddaughter swimming today, and it was a white lady came over there, and she was just a smile, and then I'm not one of them, D. I'm not. I want to say, get away from me. I'm not here. I don't want to be bothered. I want to have some quality time watching my granddaughter swim, and I don't want to talk to people. I want to just be by myself. And I knew she was just smiling, and I wanted to tell her so bad, get away from me. I'm sorry. That's how I feel right now. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to see them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want them to be even in my vicinity. If I can get my own island, I would right now. And that's how I feel right now. And I know people say, Cassie, that's not what. Look, I have a right to feel the way I feel. I have a right. I'm not going to be sitting up here scared. I'm not going to sit up here and be looking. I'm not going to live like that. I'm not. And I keep telling people, keep people out of your personal space. Watch everything. Watch everybody. And this is what we have to do. And this is a sad way to live in America. We shouldn't have to live and be watching over our back. And then they want to call us thugs. They want to glinch their person when we come around. We ought to glinch our whole life when they come around. We ought to run for the hills when we see any of them coming around, we ought to just stare them down. No, they ain't got no business being, but this is how we are. Now you go in their neighborhood, they're gonna stare at you, they're gonna look at you, they're gonna want you, right? Because that's how we should be doing them. But they'll come in our neighborhood, what we do, D? Oh, we just, girl, we looking into, we talking and we grinning. And I seen a man on the news said that he had talked to this boy at the same spot the day before. He had a whole conversation with that murderer. And told me he thought he was learning something. Yeah, he was learning something. He asked the man, he said, you gonna be here tomorrow at 5? Because he told the man, he said, no, he said, you gonna be here tomorrow? The boy asked the man, you gonna be here? Now this man sat up there. You mean you couldn't feel that devil on that man? You couldn't feel that devil on that boy? You couldn't feel that racist spirit on him? And you just sat up here and told this boy all about you. And the boy just sat up there and asked, you gonna be here tomorrow? Because he was gonna blow your behind away. And you sit up here thinking that boy cared, thinking he was your friend. See, this is what we do. Because they don't come to you and call you a nigga, because they gonna come to you and call you out your name, because they don't sit up there and look at you and say, oh, I'm gonna hang you the next time I see you. Because they show you all 32 teeth or however many teeth we got, we don't think that they're dangerous. We'll marry them, we'll date them, we'll think, oh, all of them are not like that. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I know all snakes are not poisonous, but if you have a pit full of snakes, I am not willing to stick my hand in that snake pit to find out which ones bite and which ones don't. I'm not willing to do that. And I hope that we can start teaching our children that they are dangerous. They are dangerous. All of them, because I can't tell the ones apart. The wheat and the tear, when they're young, you can't tell the wheat and the tear from apart, can you? Until they get old, until they open their mouth. Then, until they do stuff like what they did, then you can tell them apart. Go ahead, D.
And then I was just saying what you were saying. You good?
How? When they babies, we can't tell them. We can't tell them apart when they babies. When our children are little,
no.
And I see them playing together. You don't know which one gonna grow up like Peyton. I can't tell.
No, you don't.
I can tell when they open their mouth and start talking. I can tell. I can tell when they come in the room which one is forced and which one not. This is just something about I can tell. And I look at all of them and I stay away from all because I don't want to be bothered. I don't care. I don't want your opinion. I don't want you telling me nothing about being black. One woman came and asked me, what can we do? What can I do? I said, you can't do anything. Not for us. I said, but you can do something for you. You can tell yours about being racist. You can talk to your own people. We got this over here. We don't need you telling us nothing over here because you definitely, when your children stop running up in grocery stores and killing folk, when your children stop running up in churches, killing 10 people, when your children stop blowing up schools, when your children stop shooting up schools, shooting up nightclubs, shooting up, and who was the, remember Tim McVeigh who blew up a federal building with children in the building? And then when they told him, did you know children were in the building? You know what he said? It's always casualties in war. He didn't care about his own children. And it was more their children than us. And he finally got the death penalty, 2 years ago? But that crime was done in 80s? 30? It took how long for them to kill this man, to execute this man? Why did it take so long? And then Dylan Roof, he wants to get off now. And he was saying that I do believe that Dylan Roof had help. And they said Dylan Roof had help. Dylan Roof said, just like this young man said, oh, I didn't have no help. I believe he did. He's going to tell you that to kind of throw you off. But I guarantee you he had help just like Dylan Roof did. Because Dylan Roof, his help told him they will get him out of there. And they didn't. So now he wants to talk. Okay, go ahead, let him talk and get every last one that helped him to do what he did. But this is America. They're not going to say nothing. They're not going to do it. They're not even going to punish the ones that helped Dylan Roof. Because they guess what? If I take white supremacy off the street, then I'm going to deter them from really doing what they want to do in this country. They don't mind. Biden came out there and Biden came to New York and gave them people a nothing bird. He didn't say he was going to do nothing. He didn't say, all he said was, this is not acceptable. But he didn't say what he was going to do. He didn't say when and how he was going to deter it. He didn't give a plan. He gave them a nothing burger, a kiss my behind burger, a kiss my, you know what? Because I don't care. And I don't care if the next one come along. I'm going to give you the same nothing burger that I gave you this time. But I'm going to tell you what, I better not see one black person put their finger on a Democrat button for the rest of their days on this earth. I better not see another Democrat, another black person putting their fingers to a racist Republican Party. But we need our own political party. We need our own party right now. We need independent party, or we need somebody that looks like us, act like us, think like us. And I'm not talking about one of them coons that's going to act look like us but act like them, that they've trained, just like Al Sharpton came up there and had a whole speech talking about we want you to what did he say about everybody? We got to get out of this only my tribe. Let me tell you something. Girl, I started to say something. Let me tell you, how are you gonna tell us to care about everybody else when don't nobody else care about us? You don't get on there and tell the Afghanistanis about their only everybody's tribe. Did he tell the Indians about everybody's tribe? Did he tell the Jews about everybody's tribe? Did Biden say anything about black people when he gave them Afghanistans all that money or the Ukrainians all that money? Was it everybody's tribe then when he wrote a check for Ukraine? He didn't include black folk in that check, did he? I don't remember them mentioning black people at all. Every time them people got something, this Pacific Islanders got $30 million. I didn't see them say, hey, let's write a check for black folk. We go for reparations. They look at us like we crazy, but everybody else can get a dime and a dollar except black people. Tell me why. Why is everybody else getting a dime except black people? I didn't hear them mention, the Mexicans mention nothing about black people. When they was talking about when they got their little money, I didn't see nothing about black folk on that memorandum that they wrote. I ain't hear Batten say nothing about black folk when they was writing out that check for the Indians and the Jews every year. It's always about them, never about us. But when they talk about black folk, they want to add everybody and their mom in there. They want to add everybody and the grandma in there. But it's time for us to think about us and us to love on us. You got something, Miss D?
No.
Because I will talk you, girl.
But you know what? I was just reading this thing about the 22-year-old that got killed in Atlanta.
Let's talk about that.
The other day.
Okay. What's his name?
Hold on. In Atlanta, you know, they got this year within the last 3 weeks, 50 police officer has killed, 50 police officer shooting basically, where they have killed someone in Atlanta, Georgia.
But hold on, this is what I'm saying. Now you went up there and they talked Peyton. That when the police arrived, this young man had a gun in his hands, right? And they said they talked him down. You mean nobody was threatened by this boy had just killed 10 people? Nobody was threatened. Nobody felt threatened. Nobody. How come? But when you see unarmed black people that they stop on nonviolent traffic offenses, all of a sudden you threaten? Not one more black person should die by the hands of police officers right now, ever. If you talked Peyton down, you can talk black folk down. And a lot of times, black folk don't even have a weapon. A lot of times they're running for their life, which they should, because we always know that when they come around us, somebody end up dead, and it's usually not them.
His name is Nigel Cullins.
Nigel, spell that for me.
Nygil.
And what's his last name?
Cullins, Cullins. 22 years old. He had a mental issue problem, and he was shot and killed by Atlanta police on Wednesday in an incident. His parents have characterized him as a mental health crisis. The mom had just called 911 and the paramedics to come and get him before he left the house, and they hadn't got there before he had left the house. And it said that he was shot and killed in a Buckhead restaurant after he fired a shot and injured a security guard, and the police shot and killed him.
Wow, really? And this is him. Hold on, let me try to pull him up. He didn't deserve this. His mother of man, shot by Atlanta police. Can y'all see him? Okay, yep, y'all can see it, I think, right? Okay, that's him. Let's see what he say. Let's see what got to say.
So if he worked at the restaurant before, the people at the restaurant know that he had to know that he had some type of.
Oh Lord Jesus, what I do? Lord, hold on. Y'all bear with me. Hold on, y'all. Please help me, because y'all know I don't know what I'm doing. Y'all already know I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, as Haley mentioned, parents of the 22-year-old Nigel Cullins says that he was actually in the middle of a mental health breakdown and that they had called 911 for medical help, but they say the response took too long before he took off.
Cohen's family is not alone in reaching out for help. The American Psychological Association says 20% of emergency calls involve mental health crises, but not all departments are well equipped.
CBS 46's Sawyer Bussey talked with his parents today. She is live right now in McDonough. What a terrible, difficult story, Sawyer. How's the family doing?
They're in complete shock. They say they're not angry, though. They're not angry at police. They're not angry at the paramedics. They say they want systematic change. They say the system that they believed in before failed their son. And that's not a statement made in anger. They're hoping for unity. They're hoping the community can come together and stop situations like this from escalating. They want every county to be fully equipped to handle mental health situations without using deadly force. And if the response was faster from mental health professionals, Nigel's mom believes her son would still be alive. She says she is a mental health professional and knew exactly what to say while on the phone with dispatchers, and it wasn't enough to bring her son home.
So my message is, I hope justice is served. In addition to justice being served, that policies is put in place so we don't have to keep talking about this. We got enough resources. We have people that's trained, educated, and ready to go out. It's going to be because of Nigel, because we're going to fight so that other families and other mothers, other uncles, sisters, fathers, their loved ones be able to get help.
Now, we also learned more about Nigel today. We learned that he was a community activist. He was an advocate.
Okay, D. Hold on. So you see what I'm saying? The mom gets on here and she goes, it wasn't, I don't blame the police. I'm not mad at police. This is why we continue to die right here. This is why we never get help. Because you ought to call them out. Because they didn't shoot Peyton. He had a gun and was white. They didn't wrestle him to the ground. They didn't get on top of his head. They didn't choke him half to death. 15 officers didn't pull their weapons. 15 officers wasn't on top of his body. He never touched the ground. He had a gun when police drove up. He had just killed 10 people. Nigel didn't kill anybody. Nobody. And is dead today. Is it because of racism? What do you think, D?
And it's crazy because it said that they were trying to get him to come out. The security guard went and tackled him. And he reached and fired at the security guard because basically the security guard had tackled him to the ground. And when he fired at the security guard, then the policeman fired at him.
Wait a minute. But how, hold on. How did he, okay, if he tackled, if the security guard tackled him, how did he get to his gun?
It said, according to the police, the security guard at the entrance was able to tackle the subject.
Okay, you tackled him. He's on the ground. How did he get to his gun? Again, how did he get to his gun? You tackled him. How? You're on top of him. How was he able to get to his gun? Now, somebody is lying somewhere.
It said while he was being tackled, he was able to retrieve his weapon and fire one shot into the security guard.
Okay, but guess what? What's his what the boy named killed 10 and lived. So you're trying to tell me because he shot a security guard that he should be dead today. That's what they're telling me. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you say, and I'm hearing them say that because he fired a weapon, and that's what they always say, but Peyton had a whole slew of weapon. He had armor, he had a head armor, body armor, killed 10 people, but nobody tackled him. The security guard tried to shoot him. He shot the security guard, but he still lived. Did he not? Didn't Peyton shoot a security guard?
Yeah.
And he still lived, right?
Yep.
So why? What's the difference in the cases? I don't understand what's the difference. One was mentally ill. One said he was not. It wrote a 180-page manifesto and told us that he was not mentally ill. Was he mentally ill or not? I'm just saying. You had a white boy that you didn't feel threatened. He killed 10 people. You never said, I'm threatened. You never said nothing. You still, even though he had killed 10 people, he even shot a security officer, an ex-cop, and you still didn't feel threatened. But you mean to tell me that you couldn't think twice and bring this boy down? This is why we say defund the police, because some of that money that you're giving police officers, Biden, could actually give to the mental health unit, and they should be calling up 811 instead of 911 for police. When she said she called 911, I said, your son is going to die. I already knew he was dead. I already knew it. You don't call 911. They need another extension for the mentally ill so they can call out the mentally ill to be able to take these patients down. Because if you're working with them all the time, you know how to take a mentally ill person down. A police officer does not. They are not coming there to help your son to live. They're going to shoot him to kill him. And you tell me you're not mad as hell? Oh, I'm mad. I'm mad for her, because I understand 2/3 of us gonna die. I keep telling people that 2/3 gonna die.
And what's getting to me is Al Sharpton and this Crump. Why y'all at every time something like this happens, y'all are always the first on the scene, but nothing is getting done. You're
Right.
not solving anything.
So my thing is, why do families keep calling them? When they show up, tell them to get the hell away from you. Because why are you here? That's my question to him. Why are you here, for one? Remember last time they showed up in Georgia, and them people put them out, wasn't in Georgia, and they told them to leave. They shut them down. No, it was Elizabeth City. Elizabeth City.
North Carolina, Elizabeth City.
Elizabeth City, that's right.
Yeah.
And they shut them down. They said, nope, we don't need you here. And Al Sharpton left, didn't he?
Yep.
Those niggas was woke, honey. They were woke. But why is it taking us so long to wake up, D? Help me out. Why is it taking us so long? Why are we so passive? Why are we not calling these officers out for doing this in your face? Now, this one happened Saturday, one happened Wednesday. Why is nobody else calling this out? You tell me that this little creep here, you tell me that this creep, nobody was threatened when this little creep had a whole weapon, a whole gun, and they said so many officers was around this little creep, and they got him in they got him in protective custody. Why are you protecting him? He don't need no protection. Let him out. He don't need no protection. Some of them guys I know got some relatives, they waiting on him, but you're gonna protect him. Why are you protecting him? Tell me why they giving him so much protection. He didn't care about them. That 90-year-old woman that begged her for his life, did he? He shot her and they blew her away. They said one woman he confronted begged him for her life, and he still killed her. He had no remorse. But you protecting this little creep like he's God. But I'm gonna tell black folk one thing: they coming. What you gonna do? Are you gonna be ready? They coming. Police not one time felt threatened with this. Look at this. Not one time did they feel threatened. And this little creep right here, this little thug terrorist killed 10 people. 10. And how many did my little boy Nigel kill? None. Well, one. He shot him. Did the officer live or die? Well, it don't even matter if he lived or not. My thing is this thug right here shot 10 and lived. Nigel shot 1. He's dead. So people can't come to me and say, oh, Nigel had a gun. This thug had one too. And when officers got there, one man said, oh, he surrendered. No, he didn't surrender. They had to talk him down. Why didn't they shoot him? One of the news people on the news, my husband had the news on, the news man said, I don't even know how he lived. This was the news person's statement. He said, I don't know how this young man was able to live. He said, when the cops came, they had to talk him down. They had to talk him the weapon out of his hands. He wanted to die. He said on his manifesto, he'll see them wherever, because he said that he thought he was going to die that day. He really did. And in his manifesto, he said, I'll see you in wherever, hell, I guess, wherever, because that's probably where he's going anyway. I'm just saying. And he said, I'll see you there. And why am I looking at him walking today? Why am I looking at him breathing? Why am I not looking at him? Why didn't I see him come out in a body bag? What is going on? Why are we as Black people so passive? What is it going to take, D? What is it going to take for us to do what we need to do? Why in the world are we so forgiving? I even seen on one of the people's daughters. She said her and her mom was supposed to go somewhere that night, right? They had tickets to go somewhere and they still got the tickets. And she said, I'm trying to forgive. This is another reason why they don't take us serious. You're trying to forgive what? I didn't hear him ask for forgiveness. Did you? I don't even think he wants your forgiveness. I don't even think he doesn't even look sorry to me. I don't see tears. I don't see remorse. I don't say, oh my God, I don't see none of that. I see a thug demon boy. That's what I see. Who has a lot of hate And the people that he hates don't even know the danger that they was in that day. Because the police hadn't came when he came, he was going to take the whole store out. And you had a person, a clerk, that was hiding. And she said she called the 911 and they hung up on her. That person should be fired. She should be fired. They have her under administrative leave. But your job is to do what? You didn't do your job.
Right.
You didn't do your job. But they got you on administrative leave. Tell me, why is it they always have to investigate them? I don't understand. They always have to investigate when they do something. And who's investigating them? Them.
Right.
How are you investigating yourself? And what the word say? The word said they will always find themselves not guilty.
Not guilty.
Because they never, his mom, remember what his parents say? COVID did that to him.
Yeah.
Them parents can't even take, they don't even have enough balls to say we raised a son full of the devil. Because that's what God called them, serpent people. Satan's seed. We don't understand that, but he said you'll know their fruits. I keep telling y'all, we'll know their fruits by what? We'll know who they are by their fruits. That judge looks black, don't he? Was that a black judge that he was sitting?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Look, oh, Lord. Because, you know, when we in charge of something, we just seem like how we just seem like we so hand-packed and them white folk got us so trained. We just scared to go against the norm, right? But I hope they got the right judge on that case. I hope and pray they got the right judge. I'm just saying. Because I'm tired of what I'm seeing. I'm tired because they coming back, family. They coming back. Oh, they coming. Are we going to be ready next time? Now, this time you wasn't ready. I understand. But are you going to be ready the next time? Because they are coming.
It's gonna be another one. And you know, right before every election is always something. And then right before the big 4-year election, something else is gonna happen. It's always a little minor stuff before the election.
Yeah.
And what now that they're talking about this monkeypox, by the time
this who?
It's gonna be another pandemic.
Okay.
Pandemic.
Exactly, pandemic. I want people to understand that I heard that there was a shortage on baby formula. I want people to know that they can use carnation milk. They can go and stock up on carnation milk and baby water and vitamins and put that in the babies. And some of them put Karo syrup, but I didn't put Karo syrup in my granddaughter's because we had to do that when she was little because she was so colicky. So we did carnation milk. My daughter tried to breastfeed, but you know, some women can't. And we put carnation milk. And I just believe that if you got Takis, you need to use them. Use what God gave you and stop using their poisonous. And sometimes the devil will be he be thinking he doing stuff, but God is doing something to save us. And how you know that this is not God's way of us getting into our own and creating our own. And we need to have our own formulas or use what you got. Okay. But you can use carnation milk and water and vitamins together. Vitamin drops, and that'll hold your baby, to feed your baby if you have to. So if I were you, carnation milk ain't but what 50, 60 cents. I will go and rack up on carnation milk, and I would do that now anyway. I would never give my baby formula. With them having the formula was not good for them. Somebody said they had metal in the formula. I don't know how true it is, but I've seen it to where they said that they had metal in the baby food and metal in the formula. So my thing is, you have to understand, you have to start looking at these people for what they really are and whose children they are. And anybody who comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and that's all they've ever done. That's all they do. They've never changed it. They never will. And they will have a perpetual hatred for us. And I hope and pray that we will start to understand this, that these people really don't like you. You have to know that just because I smile at you, don't mean I like you. But we smile back, and it means that we care a lot. Black folk just love everybody. And we just love everybody except our own. That's the only thing about us. We don't care about our own. Yeah, somebody says, I'm gonna read this one to you. World class, thank you for this. What in the world class Satanist? What kind of name is that? World class Satanist. Get off. What in the world? I know this ain't nobody black. I'm not even. Look at the chat. What in the world? Lord have mercy. I'm just who would have a world class Satanist? Who is us black people joke around too much and not take things seriously? Why would you have a name like that? I'm not trying to be funny, but who in the world calls this a world class Satanist? What in the world? Sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and show you the comment. Where I don't even like your name, but I'm just saying. But I'm gonna go ahead. I meant to show you comment. Did I show? Oh my God! I don't even know. I'm just like. I hope and pray that we are ready when it does happen again. 88. I hope and pray that we're ready. He says the government passes anti-Asian hate crime. Yes, let's talk about that, Andre. Yes, the government passed an anti-hate crime bill, right? But what do we get?
Nothing.
Biden came down there in New York and gave us a nothing burger, didn't he? He came to these black folk and told them it will not be tolerated. But did you come up with a plan? I didn't hear. And then I heard the governor of New York say, "Oh, it's about social media." I'm like, social media? No, honey, it's about racism in America. Let's be honest. You call the boy a terrorist, right? A terrorist. But then you say and then you go back and blame the social media? Are we serious here? Are we serious? Social media, what did social media shoot 10 people? Did social media or is social media causing police officers to murder black people? But I blame us for that. I blame black people for that. Because we can stop that at any time. Let me tell you how. Bullies keep bullying, right, until you do something right. We are worth $1.2 trillion. All we have to do is take our money from them. Start supporting each other. We have to start somewhere. I told you I have a foundation. Get ready to teach these young folk how to help their own businesses. I want you guys to support them. Take your money out of these white banks. Put them in. We have a bank. One United. One United Bank, I think it is. What's the name of it? I don't have my cards here in front of me. But I think it's one
United.
One United. Okay, but it's a black-owned bank. Take your money out and put it there. Stop having we talk a good game, but when it comes down to us doing something, we have a whole black school that you can actually take your children out. I've been hearing a whole lot of stuff lately. Every day I'm hearing something about a school that's doing something to black children, and parents still act like they stuck in that burning building that's collapsing around us, and we still won't do anything. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why you can sit here and hear teachers say what they say to our children or do what they do to our children, not be mad as hell and take your children out. We have a whole black school. We can start virtually at first. But then guess what? If you have enough participants in that area, he will bring that school to your area. So when are we going to stop complaining and start getting serious about our situation? Start getting really serious about our lives here, because our lives, this is a 911 for black people. So when and what are we going to do in order to get things together, in order to get our stuff together? Because it's not making any sense to me. I'm not understanding this. And yes, we always think we're going to pray ourselves to someone. We've been praying for how long? You can pray, but you have to prepare. I'm not saying don't pray, but I'm saying if you want to pray. But right now, I'm ready. What did David do? I'm going to come back to David every time. He said, shall I pursue? When they came and took David, his wife and his children, he said, shall I pursue? And what did he say? Yep, you should pursue and going to recover all. Everything you lost, you're going to get it back. But you at least start fighting. You got to stand up for something. We ought to have our own security by now. We ought to have our own police team by now. And we should be so fed up and so tired that we won't even allow police officers to come in our neighborhood. I'm just saying. But you know, it behooves me, because I'm looking at how America has spread black folks so far apart. Well, we don't have our own community, but you do have a black area like Buffalo that can have their own security. They can have their own black men that's securing that neighborhood. So guess what? They should have had somebody besides police to call. They should have had, in fact, to call. They should have had the Black Panthers to call. They should have had somebody in that area to be able to come and take care of that young man. I'm just saying. Or you should have been able to take care of yourself, Buffalo. And shame on you if you are Black and you are not carrying. If you are Black and you see all of this toxicity in this godforsaken country and you are not carrying, then I'm going to tell you what, you're going to get what you get. I'm serious. You will get what you get. And that's all I can say right now. Because if you are Black and you don't have something, you leaving home without any protection, and they stealing women and children like crazy. You a woman, you by yourself, and you don't have something, shame on you. And you know that they taking these babies, and some of them are snatching babies with their mamas. I'm just saying, time out, you guys. Time out for us acting like we don't know what's going on.
Hey, Cassie, guess what?
Yes.
This is why they say that you can't get we can't get reparations.
Why?
When they gave the Japanese reparations, the conditions why they gave it and why the Blacks have not, it said the number of victims are small. The victims are easily identifiable. Many of the direct victims are still alive. The injustice took place during the relative short-term period. The perpetrator is known. The injustice is easily identifiable.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You can't identify our injustice.
Right.
Look at the Black community. You can't identify, and you trying to tell me that the Jews, all of those people were dead, right? The Holocaust, right? All of them were dead, right? Nobody from the Holocaust is still living, right? So you mean to tell me they can get money from America for something that didn't happen here, but you're trying to give us some kind of a nothing burger again and tell us why we can't? No, I want you to tell me how you're going to write that check. Because I'm going to tell you what, every check that Biden has wrote to the Ukraine, Black folks should have stood up and got a lawsuit, just like they did when the Black folk those farmers were supposed to get money. Those white farmers stood up and they came up with a lawsuit and they stopped it. Do y'all understand that? So why is Black folks sitting around not doing anything? Every time he write a check for Ukraine, Black folks should have been filing lawsuits. When he wrote those checks for Afghanistan, we should have been standing up. Every time the Pacific Islanders or the Indians, the Chinese got money, Black folks never say nothing. But then they'll come to you and say, oh, we can't do nothing just for Black people. But you just did it for just Chinese, just Afghanistan, just Ukraine. But you can't do it for just Black people.
It say that Black people are asking for the amount of reparation asked for is for the Chinese was not as large of an amount.
I don't care. You've been giving, you know what? But you're giving everybody, add up all the money that you gave to Ukraine, add up all the money that you gave to Afghanistan, wasn't that equal to at least $20 trillion? At least. Add up the money that you gave to the Jews starting from 1948 up until today, because they get money every year. Add up the money you gave to the Indians, add up the money you gave to the Jews, add up all the money you gave to Chinese, and I guarantee you it's over $20 trillion. It's almost at $1 trillion what you gave to Ukraine by themselves. So don't sit up there and tell me you don't have no money. I don't care. You better dig up your butt and get it. The same way you dug up that same butthole that you gave it to Ukraine, you better dig up that same butthole and give it to Black people. Don't give me that crap about you don't have no money. I don't care what you ain't got. Then I don't care. You shouldn't have wrote the last check. It should have came us. And Black folks should be filing lawsuits because they're taking your tax money and they're giving it to Ukraine. And nobody is saying anything? Really? Are we serious? Why is that possible? How is that possible? How is it possible? I want to show you one more. I think I have one more. Hold on. I'm trying to get my little stuff together. Y'all help me out. I'm trying to get it together. I had one more thing I wanted to show us, but I don't see it on here. I had one more. I guess not. But I'm gonna tell y'all what. We better be ready. I'm not gonna be on here long. I think I'm about done. If you have anything else, D, but I'm done. I'm tired of what I'm seeing. And I'm tired of making excuses. I'm tired of us just being so passive. I'm tired of what I'm seeing, and it just makes no sense to me. I put a link in there. If anybody want to come on and have something to say, feel free. But I'm tired. Andre, welcome, welcome, welcome. And you said the black churches are what? Already telling people to forgive. And you know what? And if they do, they get what they get. I'm at that point with black folk because we can do something. We can stop this nationwide, because I'm gonna tell you what, if you guys notice, when George Floyd died, nationwide, black folk was out, right? Nationwide, globally, everybody was out across the country. Do we realize how much power that we possess? I don't think we understand that we possess so much power. We have so much power in our hands, and the world is watching us, and we're doing absolutely nothing. I heard one African woman say that the U.S. black folk getting their ass kicked by the Europeans, and I mean, and she was right. She was right. Black folk are getting our behinds kicked by the Europeans because we allowing them to do things to us, and we're not doing anything. We are not doing anything, and bully's going to keep bullying until you fight back and gain back your control. We've given up way too much to them. It's almost like we're scared to do anything, and you're scared to die. You're scared to. Nothing changes. And I'm gonna tell you what. Back in the day, nothing changed for black people. Voting didn't change for us. Voting changed nothing for us. It was us boycotting those civil. Remember, we was boycotting the buses, right? And we got changed, right? We did something in order for something to change. We're gonna have to do something now for things to change, and it might mean that you give up your life. It might mean going to jail. But guess what? If we do it as a collective whole, globally, you can't arrest everybody. You can't kill all of us. But at least we come together as one block and we fight for our freedom. We fight for what we believe in. Or do you want to just keep dying? I'm just saying, I believe that we start and just do. We have to do one at a time. Get our own schools. We have a school. Get our own banks. We have our own banks. Now we take on and get our own investigative team, start our own police field, and we call our police to help us to do what we need to do. We don't call 911. You should never think 911 should not be somebody you call. We should be calling, in fact, we should be calling the Black Panthers. In order for us to do what we need to do, we need to be calling the Black Panthers. The Black Panthers. Well, I don't know what you say, 88. You say, I think that's probably what they're waiting for. I don't know. Okay, then you say, well, I think part of it is if blacks snap police and the military are gonna step in. Let me tell you something. If the black folks snap right now, it's not enough military in this country because they're over there in Ukraine. Remember, they're over there in Ukraine. You forgot about that, right? Now's the time for black people to rise. Now is the time. They so busy concentrating on trying to fight Russia through Ukraine, giving all of that money to Ukraine, and they ain't got enough money for themselves right now. So right now globally is the time for us to rise. And guess what? It's enough of us black folk in these globally across the country. Ain't enough military to stop us. Ain't enough military to stop us. You know that. And guess what? If we did rise, we don't have to fight. You know our battles already. We already won. It says we already won. Period. We already win. We just have to stand up and look like we're gonna do something. We've never had to fight, right? Remember, D? We ain't never had to fight. All we had to do was stand there, and they would turn on each other because we attempted to fight. But if you sit there and don't even attempt it, you're gonna keep dying. You're going to keep dying. They are trying to get a race war started. Guess what? I'd be glad when black folk get it and get the hell up and do something. Why are we standing still? Why are you? Why? You shouldn't have to know what to do. You should have already been ready. You should have already. He said, keep your house in order. Don't go out and get ready. We should have been ready from 1963. This 2022 and we still not ready yet. You ain't gonna never get it. If you ain't ready now and you don't know what to do now, you ain't gonna never get it. So who are we waiting for, family? We have enough black folk right here that we can do what we need to do. And I told you we're not gonna have to fight them. They think we will, but they'll turn on each other and fight each other. They'll kill each other. They think how strong black folks are. They think they know how strong black folks are. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. They don't have a clue. They better ask somebody. You better look up our history. You better look up our history because every war that we fought, we won. Every last one. Biblically, we won. Y'all know that. So what's the problem? What is the problem? Every one that we had, we won. All of them. So what we gonna do? What's the plan? What's the plan? We got to come up with something. We cannot no longer, let me just tell y'all one thing. If you're sitting in the store or in the parking lot and you see this, you have a God-given right to fight, to live. You have a God-given right to shoot, to kill. And I am not by any means provoking. I am not trying to tell you to go and fight. I am not trying to tell you to start nothing, but I am telling you that you have a God-given right to protect you and your family. If that joker is out there and he just shot 6 folk in the parking lot and you standing like a damn fool and you allow him to come in that store and shoot you and kill you and your family, I don't know what to tell you. You have a God-given right to protect at all costs. Protect at all costs. Protect at all costs. Say that I want y'all to write that 1,000 times. Protect at all costs. I think that's why so many whites are getting concealed carry license. They ain't getting nothing. They already got theirs, 88. We the one that don't have ours. They ain't getting nothing. Y'all got y'all concealed weapons when y'all was 5, 6. They had to conceal. They was teaching. I went to took my granddaughter to the range, and we seen this little baby there. And my granddaughter was like, "Hey, look at that little girl. She was probably 4 or 5." And they was taking her in there and she was shooting. Do you hear me? Shooting. And I said, that's what they do. I said, but you'll know how. I love shooting. I go to the range often. I love it. I love it. That is one of my sports. I say always be ready. Don't be getting ready. Be ready. I just say that because I'm not going out like no punk. I'm just saying. And you shouldn't either. You should want to protect at all costs. And I'm not talking about getting no little taser. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you get you a 9 Glock, you get you something for your protection. Don't be in that situation in that store and you in the store and your gun in the car. What good is that? What good is that? And don't be standing up there and you looking at this, you feeling, you can't feel, tell me you can't feel the demons coming around you. Y'all just off focus. Nobody saw this dude. Nobody was feeling this dude. Nobody was thinking about what I'm going to do. What a gun? Who got a gun? Nobody yelled into the store because I'd have been, y'all, what are weapons at? What side you on? You got yours. You got, okay. When he come through this front door, we should have been planning. They should have been planning. So when he came in that front door, you'd have lit his behind up. I'm just saying. You cannot go in there and not have a plan. You should not be leaving home not having a plan. You looking at the exits, okay? You facing the doors. You looking at people with a long coat on, coming in the store with a helmet on, and you got a whole army fatigue gear on. Did nobody see that? Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that. Oh, I think they're gonna try to find a way to throw you, even when you're defending yourself. I don't care. At least I'm gonna live for another day. But Kari, how you doing, bro? I'm putting you on. You ready? Come on, talk to me.
What's up, Queen? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm absolutely magnificent. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, talk to me.
I just came in, but I hear what you're talking about, protect all that, right?
Yeah.
And I heard you say something about get a taser or something, you know?
Hey, I told you, I believe in having my lead blower with me. I'm just saying.
I don't blame you. You know what? I teach. I teach. I also tell them at all times.
You're going in and out. Say it again. Can you hear us?
I said I teach black women how to use guns.
Okay.
Yeah, I do that. I take them to the range, right?
Yeah.
And what I always tell them, for the ones who's nervous around guns, I have a way to teach them, right?
Uh-huh.
So I take them, they put their earmuffs on and don't touch the gun. Just let them get comfortable in there first. But then I let them touch it and there's no bullets or nothing in it. And just show them how to use it that way.
Yes.
And get a smaller gun, like a 22, that's not going to make too much noise and scare you.
Yeah.
But I also tell them, until you're comfortable with your gun, keep a taser, pepper spray, and a knife. No, I tell them to keep all three. A taser, because our women carry those purses, right?
Yes.
So you keep a taser,
yes,
pepper spray,
yes,
and a knife with you,
Yes.
at all times. Don't care
Yes.
where you are.
Yes.
Because with me being a black man, I'm finna be honest about something, right?
Come on, come on.
We have not stepped up to the plate and did man stuff.
Right.
We don't protect our women, children, and elderly the way that we're supposed to.
Yeah.
And
Why do you think that is, Harvey? Why do you think that is?
I want to say fear. Part of it is fear.
Uh-huh.
Part of it is a lot of black men have hatred. Seem like a lot of black men in these social media streets anyway, seem like they hate black women.
Wow. And they love enemies. And they love enemies.
Yep. And some of it is a lot of our men think because they might have a record, according to white folks say they got a record, right? They can't do what they're supposed to do.
Uh-huh.
I tell them I don't give a damn if you got a record or not. You got to protect your family, your women, your children.
That's right.
If you
At all
ain't
costs. Yes.
at all costs,
Yes.
there should not be one black home
Yes.
in this house, in this country,
Yes.
without weapons.
Yes.
Not one. I teach. I want women to start. You have to start taking self-defense courses.
Yes.
Boxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, something until you can get to your taser, pepper spray in your knife.
Yes.
You know, we have to be, because I've been out there and my friend, I don't know, she said she was coming to the chat, but if she's in there, Erica Howard. Because
Uh-huh.
you know, we on social media, right? So people can say they do stuff and don't know it, right?
Uh-huh.
So what I did was I let Erica hear one of my friends, and this is how me and her became friends. I also became friends with her husband after this.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know who she was, but we was in this grocery store where she worked, and I saw this white dude intimidating her, checking her.
Oh.
So me being who I am, I just walked over and stood next to him, and I literally told him, "Don't say another effing word to her, or you're going to deal with me." And
How
so
many
what I
other
did
black
was,
men- how many other black men would have done that?
I know a couple, just a couple.
Okay.
A couple. So I let her, because I can say anything. So I let my friend hear her say, "Yeah, Bakari do this for real. He did it for me. He made him back down." And that's how, you know, I'm also part of something. I'm not the leader. I'm on the outside, but they call me when they need me, called Five Lions, right?
Uh-huh.
Because we're trying to get to the point where certain things we can call ourselves for, not the police, right?
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
So
yes.
this woman, so it was
Yeah.
a couple of women in our area where we was living, black women,
Uh-huh.
who husband was or boyfriend was abusing them.
Okay.
They didn't call the police. They called my friend,
Okay.
and he called his friends.
That's right.
It's called Five Lions because there's only 5 of them.
Okay.
And even though I'm not one of the lions in that pride, he know I'm a lion that rock with him.
Come on
So
now.
he called me,
Mhm.
and I literally went with him. He
Yeah.
literally, when we walk up, he the leader. I don't say nothing because he's leading this, right?
Yes.
He was like, you're not gonna ever hit her again. She's gonna leave this house, her and her kids. You'll never abuse them again. The only reason I'm not hurting you is because she told us not to. So leave her and her sons alone now. They are packing their clothes and they're leaving. And if I hear that you ever contacted her again, we coming to see you. You know what the coward said then?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm sorry. And she left.
Yeah.
2 homes. And that's what black men have to do.
How do you suggest we get one of you, like one of those groups nationwide? If you have it in your area, can we get it nationwide?
I'm quite sure you can. You have to talk to my friend who started it and how he did it. But it just have to be something black men want to do. Like, Cassandra, we know each other from social media, right? That's it. And even if I never seen you on social media, but I see you, you're a married woman, but you my sister, you my woman. And what I mean is, I'm a black man, you're a black woman. So if your husband is not around, and someone, it's my job.
That's right. I believe
because
that.
I was raised this way.
Yes.
You know, when I say you my woman, that's not me trying to be disrespectful to your husband in any way.
Right.
So I was raised this way. I had the utmost respect for Black women, the greatest thing you ever walked the face of the earth. Black men need to learn their role. If we learn our role, if we play our role, our women will play their role, right? And I say the Black man role, the 4 pillars is respect, love, provide, and protect. If I respect you, then I can love you. And if I love you, I'm going to be more than happy to provide for you and to protect you. And it have to be for our whole neighborhood. You know, I've been part of mentoring programs, and what you sent me when I said what state, that I was so proud to see that you're doing that, right? Because I'm trying to create a mentoring here. I have some young men right now. I have my own dump truck. By August or September, I should have my second one. So I got a couple of young men right now that I'm mentoring, talking about going to get your CDL, and they're gonna drive and that's what I'm working toward.
Well, I got a company for them. If you want to send them my way, I got them. Send them my way. 18 to 25. I'll send them to training 4 weeks, and you can have them back, and you can train. They're trained. Okay.
You say you got HVAC, you got plumbing, mechanic, all that, right?
And we got all of it. We just waiting on the bodies. I have people. We're actually having a mentorship program on the next Thursday of this next week coming up, the 26th, and it's at 6 o'clock. And we're meeting our mentors. And I've met with the sheriffs. I've trying to meet with the mayors. We meet with everybody because I'm looking for some money because I want to be able to pay for these young men while they're in training. 4 weeks. They're paying for, one company is paying for their room and board. Well, I pay for the food. And another company I got, she's a Black woman, I'm telling you, and partnering with her, and we'll have to help them with their room. So I'm looking for the funding as far as so I can put them up in a hotel for 4 weeks. We're going to feed them for 4 weeks. So we got it going, and I'm partnered up, and I'm getting them certificates. And her program is starting with 18 and up to 25 or until 18. So, but if you're coming through my program, it's 18 to 25, but she's going to train them for 4 weeks, and we're giving them certificates, and they're going to take that certificate and we'll train them. And what she wants to do with the 18-year-olds, because they're so young, she's going to put them with a mentor for 6 months. Okay. But for the first month, they're going to ride with that mentor just to get on the road training. You'll have that mentor's phone number for 6 months, and you'll form that relationship with that mentor, and you'll continue on that way. And then you can take, because they're getting ready to make a lot of money. 18, you're going to make $70,000, $80,000, driving a truck. So we're trying to teach them also what to do with that money. So we partner with everybody. So I'm just trying to put the bodies in the seats now. Just trying to get it out there. Hey, I got a program. Let's do something different. Let's start creating. I got a security company I'm working with. Hey, and we're going to create our own investigating team. So we'll be able to investigate the police officers and them not investigate themselves. We'll be able to have our own police force. So we can call 811 instead of 911, and our own police will come out there and assist us. That's what we're trying to do. We don't need them all the time, and we can do that nationwide. It takes more than me to do this. I can't do this by myself. I can't.
You know what? And I know the feeling. Let me ask you: do you have anybody who's going to be mentoring, like diesel mechanics?
I have 6 mentors. I do have my mechanic person. He's African, but he's going to do some mentoring. Okay. And he's the mechanic of doing, he's over the mechanic part, but I'm looking for more mentors. If you have to come in by a Zoom meeting, we'll bring you on by a Zoom meeting. I don't care. I just need more mentors, and I cannot do this even if we do it nationwide, because I do want the program to go nationwide. So if you want to come in on it, I'll do a Zoom for you, and you can Zoom your little self right on in there to mentors meeting on Thursday at 6 o'clock. Okay, the 26th. So I'm just saying, it's time for us to do something different. We talk a good game, but we don't do. It's time for us to do it. I'm all about that business. I don't care. It's all about business.
And I agree with that whole, because I'm going to tell you, right? Have you heard, and I know I'm quite sure you have, a lot of people on social media saying, we need to start going to the schools, right up to these schools to make sure our kids treated right. I'm like,
I want
And I'm not.
Let me address 88. Hold on, I'm listening to 88. 88, your whiteness is coming through. Okay, calm down. Because I'm saying, I'm reading your comments and I'm not liking what I'm seeing. And your whiteness is coming through. Okay, so you need to calm down because you're doing all of this talk. If you want to come on here so we can shut it down. Because yes, we will hire our men with felonies. That's why I created the program, because I'm not going to hold it to them to the point where they have felonies, they can't eat. If you have a felony, come on to my program. My program is still open to you. So yes, we're going to take care of ours. Unlike white supremacy and white society that'll put them in jail and then hold a jail over them so they can't even get an apartment. Yes, I will take care of mine. Unlike white society. And you talking about what we're supposed to do. You come on here. I'm going to put the link in there. You come on here and you tell me what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to continue allowing them to kill us? You sound like you scared. I'm tired of hearing it. I'm tired of what I'm seeing. And it's time out for you acting like you scared. What he's saying? He's saying, yeah, well, when these black lions end up getting shot and killed or thrown in prison and have felonies slapped on their records, I sure hope y'all are going to hire them and provide housing for them. We sure will. We're not like you. We're not like your people that'll sit up there and hold a felony over their head, but yet you can get a job anytime you get ready. Even with a felony, your father will hire you. Your father has a company. Guess what? We're trying to change that right now so that we'll have companies. So if our young babies do go to jail, they'll come out with their own businesses. They'll get a certificate under a year and they can take that certificate and they'll eat. Right now, you can't even get a white man to hire them. I went to a construction site because I wanted them to be able to do the bricking and the concrete and flooring and all this stuff. I went to a white company. They've not called me back since. I'm just saying. So don't sit up there and tell me. I'm not going to argue with you, but if you don't like what I'm saying, then you know what? I'm just not doing it because I see your whiteness and it's not accepted. I am going to do what we have to do to protect us, whether you like it or not. And I'm going to take care of my babies. And yes, if they have felonies, they can come over here and we'll take care of them. Bakari, call me back. But I'm just saying, I'm tired of people being scared to move. Scared of police. You scared? What you scared of? They killing you regardless. Let's die for doing something for ourselves. Let's die for doing something. Let's die for our actions and not die just because we punks or just because we let an 18-year-old come in our neighborhood and kill up everybody. And now you sit up there talking about, I talked to you yesterday. You coming on the news a day late, talking about I talked to you and I seen you yesterday and you thinking this dude your friend. We got it twisted around here. Ain't no way that dude was supposed to leave that block breathing. Ain't no way that dude's supposed to leave that block breathing. Yes, I know whites are pretty unforgiving. I don't care how unforgiving. We unforgiving too, because I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them. Unforgiving or not, I'm sick of them. All of them. And I'll tell you, I don't see none of them that's not dangerous. All of them are dangerous. All of them. The ones that I've met, and I know people say, oh, you know, all of them ain't like that. Yes, they are. But all the ones I've met, they'll show you their teeth and then bite you as soon as they can. I don't need that around me. Bacardi, call me back. I'm sorry. I kind of got off focus here. But no, we're not gonna do this. You letting your white dish show. I'm just saying. I'm not scared. And it's time for us not to be scared. It's time for us to fight for what we believe in. It's time for us to stop letting them white supremacists scare you. Why are we scared? Scared of what? Change never happened without revolution. I guarantee you that. Look down your history. Let me tell you one more thing. I noticed, and somebody brought this up, that every 10 or 12 years, every crime or everything that a city experiences, they get money from the government. After like every 10-year anniversary or the 12-year anniversary, they get money. Y'all do some research on this. Do some research on this. Every 10 years. Like when they had that Baltimore bombing, Baltimore got money 10 or 12 years later. For what? I have no idea. I don't know if it's all applied. Like, what was that name of that school? The school oh God, it's on the tip of my head. That school where they had that shooting. That school got money. That area got money. 12 years later, they said that the school got money. But I'm just saying, I ain't got no time to be dealing with a whole lot of craziness. I'm serious. It's time for us to be serious about this. It's time for us to do for self. And if we don't start somewhere, it'll never start. So I'm starting it hoping somebody will take it over. I'm starting it because I saw nobody else was doing it. Everybody had an excuse, like, you know, like 88. Well, if you do this, well, if you do this, well, if you don't do this. I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm tired of excuses. I'm tired of being bullied. I've never been the one. I've always the type of person when you make me mad enough, I'm ready to fight it out. I'm ready to get down. Let's get down. I may make you, I may make you say, I just see how I just let him say what he needs to say, right? And I got tired of seeing it. So I jumped in there. Okay, now shut it down and let's move forward, because enough of this excuses. I don't need excuses. So you telling us 88 that we're supposed to just let them do? Come on here. You telling me that we're supposed to just let them continue bullying us, continue fighting us, continue killing us? No, I'd rather for us to die for change than us to just die because we punks. Plain and simple. I ain't scared. I'm just saying, I'm tired of what I'm seeing. That's my thing. I'm tired. I want to see change. I want to see us do something. I want us to win because we are winners. And I saw that. I saw that when we had the George Floyd thing. I saw that. I saw how nationwide, globally, people rose up and things changed. But guess what? They put a law in the book, but they didn't finish it. We stopped because they did one thing. They wrote it, but they didn't finish it, and we stopped. I'm like, no, we have to keep going until they do what they need to do with this law. And guess what? You saw where they didn't do anything with it. They came up with the law, the bill, and they let it die. And nobody did nothing since, right? Ain't nobody did nothing since with it, huh? Yeah, they trying to intimidate black folk. You ain't intimidate nobody because y'all punks. We know y'all punks. We know y'all wimps. We know y'all ain't nothing. But guess what? We know that y'all have infiltrated the police department. We know that. Y'all have infiltrated everything. Everything that's connected to y'all, you infiltrated. That's why we need our own. That's why you can give to the foundation, but you can't join it. I don't need people joining it. You can give your donation, but when we let you into anything, you want to infiltrate it. You want to use it for your good. No. Eric, you laughing. Erica, you laughing. But my thing is, we see what's going on, but we're tired of it. Because y'all can join. Y'all can't join. And just like a white guy asked, what can we do? You can tell your people, you can't do nothing for us, but you can tell your people. You can talk to your people. That's what you can do. Let me add my brother back. Okay, Bakari, how you doing? Thanks for coming back. I had to take care of 88. Go ahead. I'm giving you the floor.
But you know what? That's a great thing. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay, that's a wonderful thing that you're doing. And that's like when I emailed you, whatever I can do to help you, say send you bodies where you at, and I'll see if I got some folks and I'll send some bodies that way. Yeah. That's where you at. And that's a wonderful thing, and I'm proud of you. Yeah. And I want you to keep putting in that work. Because like you said, we're tired of talking about what needs to be done. Yes. You have to get up and do it. Yes. And we have to have somebody in every fighting in every facet. Yes. Because they did not use one trick. They're not a one-trick pony. Right. They used several tricks to get us in this position. Yes. And they still doing the same tricks. Yep. But since we know most of the tricks now. Yes. It's just time for us to stand up. Yes. You got to start. Like, did you hear what's going on with, I don't know if you watch football or not, but you know who Coach Prime is, Deion Sanders, coach at Jackson State? I don't watch a lot. Tell me about it. Okay, so Deion Sanders, greatest cornerback ever, NFL Hall of Fame. He coached at HBCU now, right? Uh-huh. So there's a lot of top 4, 5-star recruit black players that want to go play for him now. Oh, wow. So it's this white coach named Nick Saban said Deion Sanders paid him $1 million, paying players $1 million to come play for him. Deion Sanders' response was, see, and this what made it so good because he didn't bow down and he wasn't afraid. He said, we don't have to pay our people to come play for our people. Yeah. They won't. And when you see our men, when you see our people standing up. Yes. They didn't used to that. No. Then he want to come out and say he apologized for a statement he paid, a public statement that he made and said he want to talk to Deion Sanders about it private.
No.
Deion Sanders' response was, "You said it public, so
Yes.
there's no need to talk private.
Yes.
If you wanted to talk private, you would have called me. You got my number."
Exactly. I told you they always want to take over something, right? He wanted some attention from Deion Sanders. That's what that was. He wanted some attention, but he didn't get the right kind of attention, the kind of attention he thought he was going to get. He didn't get that back and forth. He didn't get that. Real men don't do that. I'm just saying.
Yep. And Deion didn't back down. And he's making, and what he's doing at Jackson State.
Yes.
The number one high school football player in the nation last year was on TV. And they say, who you going to sign with? He got the Florida State hat and threw it away. He got the Alabama hat, threw it away.
What?
Got the Oklahoma hat and threw it away. And then his mama or his daddy tossed him the Jackson State hat. And he said, I'm going to play for Coach Brian.
Man, I tell you, when we do stuff, we win. I'm telling you, we have to understand times are changing, things are changing. I was looking the other day, I said, every time they got their hands in something, it's just a mess with it. I don't care if it's employment, I don't care what it is. It just wreaks havoc all the time. But when we doing Deion Sanders, I didn't hear about that story, but I know that when we are serious, it's gonna be good. When we do what we're supposed to do, it's good. It flows. Yes, some people gonna come against you. It's okay. I've had Black people to come against me, and I'm looking like, are you serious? I'm a Black woman. Well, blah blah. Girl, look, if this is not for you, it's not for you. I said, but our babies need something. You cannot tell them to go get a job because that white folk ain't hiring them. I know this. You can't, or they'll put them in McDonald's, pay them $10 an hour. A grown man cannot take care of their family on $10 an hour. I'm putting them in a CDL training where you're gonna make $80,000 your first year. So you will come out the door making money. So you mad about that? Too bad. I'm just saying. I'm tired of our babies struggling. I want them to know you ain't got to go out here and sell no drugs to make no money to get that house you want, to get that BMW you want. Come on here, let me train you. You can have that BMW, that house. Get the house first. Get the land first. Okay? Then you add other stuff to it. But go ahead on and get that house first. Say it to you for your house. You can have your own business. You don't have to work for them. You don't have to beg them for $12 an hour. I'm trying to teach and train you for under a year. Give me a year of your life. And this time next year, you'll have your own. Whether you want to continue working for somebody or you want your own business, I'm going to help you to get it. Either way it go, I'm going to help you to get there. So I'm just saying, this is nationwide. I cannot do it by myself. So if you got people in Florida that want to join me, in Canada, I don't care. Bakari, I don't know where you are, but we'll talk. Wherever you are, I will send you a flyer. I got your email. I'll send you some information. And if you want to help send some folks, send them. Because I got 3 places to send them. Rocky Mountain or Indiana or Utah to train 4 weeks. I'm just saying. They ain't going to come where I am. I'm going to send them away. And we just have to make sure that they eat. And that's why I have the foundation. We're going to feed them lunch and dinner. They'll eat breakfast at the hotel, lunch and dinner. And all they have to do is worry about passing and doing their class for 4 weeks. Just give them 4 weeks, and then we're going to put them on the road.
You know what?
I'm just saying.
That's a wonderful thing you're doing. We're going to see if we can create a because we just created a GoFundMe for what we're doing. We're donating to help Black people in Lowndes County, Alabama. They having a sewage problem. The sewage backing up in their house. So we are raising money to help our people down there get septic tanks.
Oh wow, okay.
So but what you're doing, we're gonna have to donate to that. You're gonna have to send that link. You're gonna have to come on my channel, give me more information. I have a small channel too, but I have a buddy who got a channel, Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. That's the name of his channel. You give me your information, I will send it to him, and I say, look, man, you need to talk about this. This is what she's doing. You need to let people know. So, whoever want to take this, yes, because and I appreciate what you're doing. And I'm being honest, I truly appreciate it. Because what I'm doing, this is what for people who want to get into transportation business.
Yes.
and especially if you're getting a dump truck or a rig, you can't afford the down payment for the insurance at $19,000-$2,000 a month to come out. What I'm doing is I have my own authority, right? So I'm going to allow people to ride under my authority, which means you don't have to pay the down payment for the insurance, and your insurance is going to be cheap. So what I'm doing is that I'm in Georgia, right? So I use, for example, say you're in Georgia and you have a dump truck like mine. Your insurance would be like mine, like $1,900 a month, right?
Okay.
So then but if you come with me, a dump truck like mine, your insurance would be about $400 or $500 a month.
Oh, wow.
Then after 2 months, I give you an opportunity to make some money, right? So I give you 2 months. So then after 2 months, it goes up because I don't want a percentage of your money. Since I'm taking out risk and allowing you to ride on my name, I said, just give me $300 a month. You don't have to do that until 2-3 months once you're in and you have made money. And when you do it to go from 5 to 10, understand what I'm saying? But you are still, but look at all the money that you still.
Yes. Wow. Okay. And that's similar to what we're trying to do here. As far as the foundation, once we get it up and running, you'll have to give like maybe a month. You'll pay $30, $40 a month for membership fee, but that goes toward us feeding other drivers and feeding, paying for their room and board with the one trucker. I do have to pay for room, but we're going to feed them. So we're going to do it that way. But with the other company, but I really want to work with us and then, this other company is more established. But still, they will pay for your room and board. We pay for the food. They pay for the ticket for you to get there. Bakari, I think we kind of lost you. We can't hear you. You might have to call back in.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yes.
You can hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Yes.
So
the thing is, right, I know we want to work with us, but this is what I tell people. We have been used for hundreds of years in this country, right?
Yes.
So they are going to get.
Yes.
You take what they give and use it for your people.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah, you take what they give and use it for you, as long as they're not trying to make you sell out.
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a call. I'm trying to hang it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry. But yeah, and that's just what it is. And I do understand what you're saying, but like I said, when we work with them, Bakari, it's just so much to it. And I rather, I'm gonna work with them because I want to get my boys trained. But after I get them trained and my girlfriend gets more established, I'll probably use more of her. I'm gonna use them because they'll be able to own their own trucks and and then they'll be able to do what they need to do with those trucks because some companies will allow you to pay for the trucks, at least with the option to buy it, right? So we're gonna hook up with the more established trucks that'll let them lease with the option to buy. And I'm gonna use them. I got you. I understand what you're saying, but if I don't have to, honey.
No, I know. If you don't have to, don't.
Yes, but I'm telling you, because they just take over. They just get on your nerves so bad sometimes.
Damn sure do. But you crossing into this transportation industry, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what you about to run into.
Uh-oh.
Something good. Listen, you about to run into a lot of black people.
Yeah.
If you want to see black people unified and organized, look at the trucking industry. I promise you. If you want to see black people working together the way they should.
Yes.
Look at, and of course, there's going to be stragglers along, but for the most part, you look at that, you're like, damn, if black people can do this in the transportation industry, why can't we do it in everything else? And also, right now, Donald Trump lovers hate the Joe Biden, right? So the trucking industry, I do dump trucking. So when I go on these construction sites, they're mostly Donald Trump lovers, right?
Yes.
One thing that I've learned, there's a lot of beef between the Joe Biden lovers and the Donald Trump lovers, right? And I'm taking advantage because the Donald Trump lovers would much rather hire a black person right now over and I am taking full advantage. I'm telling you what I look. I'm I am on a site right now, on a construction site right now.
Uh-huh.
Every dump truck except one is a black-owned company. That's who they are hiring right now. Yes,
What?
they are really. You know how we think they're just so united.
Yeah,
No,
they're
they
not.
are
No.
bickering right now. Look, and I'm not taking sides. I'm just in the middle.
Yep, you go ahead and make your money. But you know what? I want that. I need their company's name. If they hiring you, they probably go hire some of my boys, and I can put them in an apprenticeship program right there. So we're gonna be in touch. I got your email.
Yes.
But yeah, we need to.
I'm telling you, I'm in the middle. They offer. Matter of fact, one of the Donald Trump just called me, and we gonna need you for 2 days. And the reason, and I've been knowing him, we worked together on another job. I got my own truck now, right? And he turning me on. He like, I don't want to hire him. They don't want to hire none of those white Joe Biden lovers. None of them. None of them.
He's so dumb.
They are literally right in this dump truck industry. They are literally turning on each other right in front of our eyes.
And that's what they're gonna do when they call themselves trying to fight us and shoot on us. And what happened biblically? They fought each other. All we have to do is rise up and act like we finna fight, and they'll turn on each other. And we'll be like, dang, we was ready, but look at them. They shoot each other. And that's usually what they do. That's usually what they do. They turn on each other.
And then all we got to do is get out the way.
Yes, get out the way.
Don't get in the middle. Don't choose sides. Because I'm not choosing sides.
Nope.
I'm
don't
just
even care.
reaping benefits. I'm reaping benefits.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
So in this process, I got a young brother.
Go ahead. What you say?
I'm gonna help this young brother get in CDL school. I'm already telling him how to do it. I'm like, you do this, and if you don't have, I done told him what school to go to. They also have night classes, evening classes. It's longer in the evening than it is in the morning, but he works in the morning.
Yes.
So I'm gonna help him get in there. I'm telling him where to go. I tell him he got to do the paperwork, though. I'm not gonna do it.
Yes.
I told him where to go. You have to go get it all. Once you get it all, first get your permit. I given him the app to study to get his permit. So once you get your permit, because I'm gonna tell you right now, there's an app with the state when we're in the state, you're gonna have a full test, and I'll tell you that, and I'll tell you the app. So the people you sending for apprenticeship, they can go with their permit already. Because it's the app. You get an app online. I did the full test on my telephone. I'm the exact test on my telephone.
Wow. Yes.
And I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I'll send you the one that it is, right?
Okay. Because my girlfriend was gonna teach them hazmat classes, and she's gonna teach them a permit class that will actually prepare them to get them ready to go and take that permit test. So after they take that permit test or the class, they'll be able to go and be prepared to take that permit test. We're gonna get them on the road. I told you I got the spaces. I just need the bodies. I got a security team I'm working with. So we're gonna in fact do a security thing, but then the whole plan is to get us an investigating team. That's when you come down 911, 360, we're going to get our own investigating team. That's what we need. We need our own police officers. That's the whole key. It's time for us to do something different. And I cannot do it myself. This is why I'm like, hey, come on. I don't care where Florida. Come on, Virginia. Come on. I don't care where you are. We cannot, as long as we're starting somewhere. And do you know what makes me really mad? If we were talking about fighting somebody or killing somebody, we'll have this thing will be full. But because we're talking about training, and we're talking about how can you become free of their system? How can you get your own entrepreneurship? How can you get your own business? People run and they go, oh, okay, I'm tired, I'm done. When are we going to get to the place where we get hungry for news in order to be free? Hungry for freedom, hungry for justice, hungry for a change, hungry enough to kick out all the coons, Al Sharpton, Crump, and whatever the other dude is. When are we going to get hungry enough to kick them out and to move forward into our freedom? When are we going to get hungry enough to get rid of both parties and get our own political party. I guess I got to establish that too, huh? I'm just saying, we should be so tired of them that we separate as much as we can.
Yep, but Cassandra, I want to let you know you are not alone. We just if you look in the chat, my friend, she put in there Team Black.
Erica, yeah.
You are not alone. What you're talking about doing, we are doing. The lady who put that in there, she have a business called Chef in a Chair. We help her start her own. We help her start her business.
Okay.
You are not alone. I want you. Sometimes you seem like you may be alone, but I'm gonna let you, because look, I used to feel that way too. But guess what? You are not alone. And I tell people, I'm not concerned about numbers. See, these big social media channels with 300, 400, 500 people watching
they ain't coming nothing.
10,000 people watching them. They ain't doing.
I'm sorry.
They ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Ain't trying to do nothing.
Yeah.
But speak in a certain way to get your money.
Right. And I don't see any programs. I hear what they're saying, but I'm not seeing action. I'm not seeing a call to action. Just like this Buffalo thing. We should be up nationwide. We were just talking about earlier how a lot of in our neighborhoods, I don't see the YMCAs open. I don't see the after school programs. I don't see the career center, but today I had to go and drive 20 minutes down the road into a white area, which I don't like going in for my granddaughters to swim, because it was 90 degrees, 100, almost 90 some degrees. And we were hot and we wanted to swim. So nothing in our Black neighborhood, nothing in our neighborhood. Go give it to Papa. Nothing in our neighborhood to help us to be able to do what we need to do. It was talking about Cali. What I am on till I'm doing a live. I'll call her when I'm done. I'm sorry, you guys. Y'all, please forgive me. And these are the background maybe I'm talking about. I had to drive all the way to another area in order for my kids to be able to swim. Why is that? Why aren't we mad about this? Why are we not mad as hell about not seeing stuff that we need in our neighborhoods? Because it's done on purpose, and we've gotten so lethargic and so lazy and so comfortable with nothing. We don't expect nothing, because you'll suggest something and first person you hear, well, Black Wall Street, they burned it down. Well, dang, how long you gonna say that? What you gonna not do? What you gonna do? Nothing? You gonna always have an excuse why you can't do something? Are you serious? I'm tired of hearing it. My thing is, if you want to do, let's do. If you don't want to do, Erica, then you get out my way and let me do. I'm going to.
She sound like me, don't she? I'm tired of all the excuses. I'm tired of remembering all of the victims. I'm tired of remembering us being destroyed. I'm tired of that, because we are teaching fear. We are become fear mongers. We are teaching fear to our youth.
Yeah.
So you know what I did, Cassandra, one time, and Erica's in the chat. She can tell you. We did a show on my channel. I did 8 Black towns that still exist, that survived.
Really?
So when we was reading a book called We Will Shoot Back, I don't know if you ever heard of a place called Mountain Bayou, Mississippi, right?
Yes.
I'm from Mississippi.
Okay.
So I was reading this book called We Will Shoot Back, right?
The
Klan told them they was on their way to come see him. Gave them a heads up.
Okay.
13,000 Black people in Mountain Bayou rose up. And that's why, and you know what happened?
What?
All the white folks turned around and went the other way.
But guess what? Thanks for the heads up. He didn't sit there and was like, well, they ain't gonna do nothing. He had some help, didn't he?
13,000.
I love it. 13.
And the point that I'm making is this place still exists.
Wow.
So if it still exists, and I have the utmost respect for what the people in Wilmington, North Carolina did, Rosewood, Florida did, and numerous other places. I have the utmost respect. But let's pay homage to the people who built something that's still standing as well.
Yes.
They should get the same respect.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And we should stop, like you said, we should stop making excuses on why we're not or why we're okay with not having anything. We have a meeting on Monday, the first Monday of June, and I'm going because I want them to tell me why is Black, the YMCA in our neighborhood shut down, but I can go 20 minutes up the road and they're open on Saturdays. You tell me, give me an excuse, because that's what you're going to do. Give me an excuse. You don't have any money for this part, but you got money for that part. Okay, tell me why. What's going on? Why the pools aren't open? On the weekends, those pools could be open now. It's nice out. Give our children something to do. Whether after school programs that is not connected to a daycare that's going to cost me $1,000 a week. I'm just saying, give me something. We can have those after school programs for the school. I remember summer programs. Summer getting ready to come. The school's going to be open for our children to go there. Remember, we used to play basketball. We used to play we used to do everything. Swim, checkers. We used to have lunches in these schools. We have nothing. Why? I need an excuse because that's what you're getting ready to give me, because it's not making any sense.
So let me ask you.
But you got it in other neighborhoods.
When you go to those city council meetings and those county meetings, how many Black people show up with you?
I'm getting ready to find out. Guess what? Don't let me mess around and run for city council. I'm just saying. Feel me?
Hey, look, don't look. I'm gonna tell you something because that sounds good. If it's your idea, let me tell you what they did to me. I took like 25 people to the meeting with me one time, right? So, but they didn't know after I spoke. I scared them Black folk. Them people didn't know that the Black folk got away from me, right? But when I spoke and they saw all them people with me, you should have seen all their white mayor and that city council. You could have seen how everybody, all of them turned red from the top of their head to any part of their body you could see. So you know what they did about 2 weeks? Then I stood up in the county meeting. So I go to these meetings, right? So you know what they did? This was a few years back. They called me to a private meeting. The mayor of this little city I live in, and 3 people on the city council. Now, I live in the city limits, but I pay my water. So that's why I went to them city council meetings. If you taking my money, I come in and speak. So they had already told me I don't live in the city limits. But after they let me speak, about 3 weeks later, they told me they're gonna help me get on the city council. I said, I don't even live in the city limits. They said, don't worry about that. We're gonna make sure you win. She said, they had a 6-bedroom brick home by 6,000 square feet. You can stay here rent free for 2 years. And we guarantee your company the contracts for this, and this. My pressure washing company, I was gonna get between $10,000 and $15,000 a month contract.
But you was gonna have to shut up.
One day a month.
But you was gonna have to shut up, right?
Exactly.
I'm not.
Yes.
I don't need. Look, I'm good where I am, but I want you to do something for Black people. And see, this is what's going on with Black folk right here. What you just said. That's what's going on with the Black Caucus. They won't say nothing about. They have not opened their lips about this Black New York thing, right? But I'm gonna tell you what. I just said I better not see one Black person put their hand on a Democratic button for the remainder of their life. I better not see them put their finger on the Republican button as long as I see them. They better vote independently. We need our own political party in order to get some things done. We can get whatever we want done locally. We can move mountains locally. Okay, we can get reparations locally. Because I'm gonna tell you what, if I have to run for city council, I'm gonna shut it all down. My thing is, it's time for us to get money into our neighborhoods for our babies. Because I'm tired of what I'm seeing. And like you said, I'm getting ready to take some folk with me. I ain't going up there by myself. I'm going to take some people with me. Excuse me. I'm not going up there by myself because I can't do nothing by myself. I need a group of people. Like you said, I need 25, 30 people with me because it's time to move some mountains. It's time to move something. It's time for us to make a difference in us, for us.
Hey, don't tell them.
And stop accepting what we see. Nothing. We don't ever make a noise. We don't make a peep when we see stuff in other folks' neighborhood that we don't see in our neighborhood. We just go ahead and drive on over there. I shouldn't have to drive 20 minutes down the road when I got a YMCA 5 minutes from my house. I'm just saying.
Yep. Hey, you know what? Don't tell them what you're gonna talk about when you go. Scare them while they there. Wait. Don't tell them, because when you stand up, they're gonna be. You know what I'm saying? You know they comfortable.
Oh my God. I ain't gonna tell them nothing. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna see how many on my Facebook page wanna go. Meet me there. Meet me there. Here's the address. Meet me there. I just wanna. Hey, I'm just saying. Meet me there. That's all. Meet me there. They don't need to know nothing. But I'm tired. I'm tired, and I believe that whatever I step out to do, it'll work. You guys, I did not want to be on here this long. You know, I'm trying to keep it under an hour because I don't, people kind of lose whatever. But I don't want, I know I want to keep y'all entertained, but it's not, my channel is not for entertainment. My channel is strictly for informational purposes. My channel is for Black people to grow, to get to the place where we are wanting to do something different. My channel is for people that want to see change. And that's what my channel is for. And I don't want you guys to, to come on here and to be entertained. That's not what we're doing. We are coming on here because it's time to change our situations. And that Democratic Party is done as far as Black people are concerned. The Republican Party is done as far as we're concerned. We are going to start voting for people that's going to do for us. I don't even believe in voting. My thing is, but I know some people do, but I've never seen us get anything by voting. I've seen us get stuff by changing our situation for ourselves. Revolution never came to people without doing something. White folk have never done anything for Black people without doing something. We actually have to do something in order to rise up globally in order for them to do for us. So I just believe that. Bakari, I'm going to give you the last words. Come here. Close those shades for me. I'm going to give you the last words, Bakari.
You know the amazing thing, consider a lot of our people want to be like the European, right? Except when they come to taking what you want. And what I mean by that is, didn't these white folks here have a revolution with other white folks so they can be free?
Yes.
See, the thing is, I always ask this question. I was talking to people at the Malcolm X Festival. It was one of the festival too, about they were talking about reparations. One question I always ask: what are you willing to sacrifice to get?
Exactly.
Because I believe blood must be paid. Blood must be paid. But before you talk about one arm and go, what are you willing to sacrifice? Am I willing to drive? I don't know what city you're in, but if you're in a city with a Black-owned gas station, are you willing to drive 10 miles past the Arab gas station to spend your money with a Black person?
But I'm gonna tell you what, we had one in my area. We had one, and it's not there anymore because we wouldn't support it. That's sad. How do we get us to support us? I don't know.
I don't. You know the crazy thing, right? The big major cities like Atlanta, New York, LA, it's harder, right?
Yeah.
But a city like Jackson, Mississippi, is a city, but not a big city, right?
Yeah.
Not no major city.
Uh-huh.
We got like six Black-owned gas stations.
Okay. Wow.
We got like 6 Black-owned. It was 9 total, and 5 of them was fully functional. Fully functional meaning they had the gas and everything. So now it's 6 that's fully functional.
Wow.
The others is waiting to get the permits for gas and get everything. It's still a corner, and really, it's total 9. When I say 6 gas stations, those are the only ones that still selling gas, but the other ones haven't been permitted to get everything yet. But it's a total 9. We got 6 fully functional. They're Black on.
Wow.
Cassandra, I'm gonna get off here because I know you say, yeah, look, check this out, Cassandra. We're gonna have to do a show together. We're gonna have to plan a show. I enjoy your spirit. I had the utmost respect. I had the utmost respect for you. You understand? I know you believe in unity, right? But it's not just unity, because in a certain sense we have united. So now what we have to do is organize.
Yes. What's the next step? Yes.
Yeah, the next step now is organize, right?
Yes.
Unite, organize, and strategize, right?
Yes.
For the liberation of our people.
Yes. And we need to do this off the air sometimes.
Oh, of course.
I believe that we need to do that.
I want you to check this out when you get a chance, Cassandra.
Okay.
It's called zone103.com.
Okay. You said zone 103? Okay.
That's one. Zone103.com. It's a podcast. A brother with us, his name is Ben Uko. a Nigerian brother, right? He got an app.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
he's creating that app. It's a podcast, right?
Yeah.
And what we're doing right now, I'll show you the other thing that we're doing. We're going through the motions right now. We're seeing what it's going to take, how much money it's going to take, what we got to pour into him, because we're about to turn his podcast to something live for us and only us.
Wow, I'm pulling him up now. You know I had to go in there and look.
It's a website. He's a tech guy. So we're going through everything. We're hoping within the next month we will be able to do live shows on there. And it just us. We're going to be able to do he's part of us. So he say, look, he gonna give people the code other than him. So he's not around. If we set up something, we can go do it, right? So then we can have our private meetings on his website.
Yes. Oh my God. Is this it right here? Oh Lord, are you gonna be? Hold on, let me see. This it right there?
Zone103.com. That looks like it.
Yeah, I got my little face in the middle. Hold on, don't look at the face in the middle, but right there.
Well, I ain't on my computer. I'm on my phone. I'm in my car.
Okay. I'm seeing Zone
like
103. But guess what? See, that's even what I was trying to do. I was trying to get with a tech person that can help my boys and put them in an apprenticeship program. Okay, that can help my boys. I'm gonna put me down at the bottom. That can help my boys. See at the top.
Yeah, that's it. If I remember,
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That can help my boys, and I wanted to get with a tech person that can actually help my boys, put them in an apprenticeship program so that we can have our own. But see, I see he already got it, so I don't have to do it. I'll let him do it.
Yeah. Oh, you should talk to him. I'm telling you, he love to talk tech. I can introduce you to him. He'll help with anything when it comes to that.
Yes. Oh my God, I would love that. Yes, I would love that. But I'm gonna I'm gonna go and email you. I'm gonna put my phone number in there, and then that way we can kind of talk instead of doing Facebook, instead of doing the email thing, and then that way we can talk on the phone, and then that way we can come up with something. But I do believe that it is time for us to organize, to mobilize, so that we, because I do believe that a lot of us want to run for office. And it's time for us to mobilize that also, so that we can start supporting maybe whoever wants to run in 2 years. We can start supporting them now for that. And that way it only costs like $1,200 for you to actually run for city council and mayor's office. And we can start putting money up for that now for the ones that do really want to run, that we really have a heart after Black people. And we're really going to change our minds to do what we need to do. And we're going to support Black people. I do believe that we can start supporting them, even if you give $10 every week to them out of your paycheck, or just $20 every 2 weeks to their campaign, because we talk a good game, but we don't want to back anybody. It takes money to run for these offices. And if you know that you want to run for Congress, we have a guy, Marcellus Dixon, but the only thing he's running Democrat. I don't want to vote Democrat for anybody, but I do want Claiborne out of that seat. So I may vote for him, but other than that, I will not ever vote for another Democrat. I want Claiborne out of that seat. But I do believe that we can vote independently, and we can run independently if we want to change our situation locally. I believe we can get reparations locally. I believe we don't want programs, we want money. And I believe that we should be able to do that, but we have to run for these offices and go after it and get it. But I'm not going to be on here. I do appreciate you, Kari, for coming on. D, I appreciate you for coming on. I appreciate everybody that's come on here. My battery is probably going down for my computer. But I appreciate you guys. And we're going to do this. We got another show tomorrow. I think it's for my truck driver. She's going to be on. So I'm saying 4 o'clock to 5. So be looking for us tomorrow to come on. And it's not going to be a long show. I just want to introduce her to you so you guys can see what we're doing. And we're doing some great things. Bakari, I do appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Deef. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And everybody is coming on here after we're done. That's going to see the show after we've done a live show. I do appreciate your time, like and share. It doesn't cost you anything, but I appreciate your time. I appreciate you taking your time out to come. I appreciate your comments. ADA got mad at me, I think, but guess what? It's okay, because I told you they can't be trusted. I don't care they cannot be trusted. And some people say, oh, all white people ain't like that. But guess what? When I shut him down, he got mad and left. But my thing is, but what we say, all of them aren't like that. When they can't use you, when they can't run things, they get mad and they want to say different things. And he said something else on here that I kind of blocked it out. But my thing is, I don't care what you got to say because I already seen your colors. I already seen who you are. And my thing is, he asked the other day, he goes, oh, do you trust any white people? I told him, no, I don't trust any of them. And I don't, because they act just like that when they can't have their way. Okay. They go and shoot their moms when you can't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm just saying, but I do appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And with that, you guys have a great night.
You too, Cassandra. One love.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Okari. I appreciate you coming. Have a good one. D, have a good one. Thank you so much. And with that said, family, have a good